What's up, everybody? This is Cool Dude, and welcome back to another cool review. Today, we are going to be checking out sort of a horror movie. I'm thinking more of it's a comedy musical. Little Shop of Horrors. I believe it is a PG-rated movie, and it's not that old. I mean, it was released in the late 80s, so it's a bit old, but it's not as old as some of the other movies that I've reviewed on this channel. So, Little Shop of Horrors centers around this, dweeb of a person named Seymour, who is played by the amazingly funny Rick Moranis. If you don't know who Rick Moranis is, I am just disgusted by you. No, I'm just playing. So, he's centered around Seymour, who is basically a guy who works for this plant shop. And the owner of the plant shop, he's not really getting a lot of business as of late. He's really not getting a lot of customers in. None of them are interested in buying stuff. I mean, he has a few customers, but he's not really pulling in all those big bucks, you know what I'm saying? And along the way, Seymour also meets this girl named Audrey, who he is madly in love with. He loves her, but he just doesn't think that she deserves a guy like him. It's one of those kind of stories. And she loves him too, but she also has the same issue as Seymour, doesn't think that she's right for him. But, sometime in the movie, Seymour happens to come across an alien. That's right, this little plant-looking alien comes down from space, and he basically gives it a pot, and then he realizes that it eats blood. Yeah, it drinks people's blood. Because he accidentally cuts his hand, and then, the plant gets drawn to his blood and starts eating it. So, as he feeds it blood, the plant basically grows, and he calls the plant Audrey too, which it's just so funny. I love that. And the rest of the movie is pretty much just seeing Seymour, and basically the plant shop gets more business because he puts Audrey too in the shop, and people are just so amazed, oh my god, it's so huge, it's amazing, it's so gorgeous looking. The rest of the movie is pretty much Seymour trying to struggle how to just raise this damn plant, because as it gets growing, he just wants food, he just wants more blood, he just wants to be fed. All the while, he wants Audrey in real life. He just wants to be with her. So it's kind of like two different stories. It's like a romance story going on, and there's also this whole main plot with the plant that is Audrey too. So let's get into the many pros that this movie has. Pro number one is the music. The music is amazing, and it's also very, very funny. I think all the songs in the movie are just so memorable. They're so catchy. They're so hummable. They have a nice tune, and there's also a lot of variety in them. I mean, they all basically have the same comedic feel. They all are very goofy. But they all have a unique style of their comedy, I feel. A unique style of delivering their song, a unique beat, and I really like the diversity in that regard. Secondly, the actors are amazing. I feel like I say that for a lot of movies, but especially here, they have a great comedic potential. Not only, Rick Moranis, but they also have Levi Stubbs voicing Audrey too, who has just an amazing voice, especially when it comes to singing. And then we have funny cameos in the movie by Bill Murray and whatnot, they're just great in the movie too. And yeah, all the actors they have a really great delivery, especially Moranis, but everybody just has a good delivery, and they all nail their characters very, very well. It's not like they're the most developed characters, but in this movie they don't really need to be developed characters because it's a comedy. It's just this weird, goofy, and zany comedy, and I really, really think it excels in that area. Then number three, the story itself, the movie itself, has a very, very fun tone. There's a lot of stuff in the movie that really is over the top and doesn't make sense. There's this Audrey has this abusive boyfriend known as he's a dentist, and he sings this entire song about what it is to be a dentist, and it's so weird and just feels out of nowhere, but it's so funny at the same time, and it's sung so amazingly, and it's so funny. And you could just tell the actors are having a ball with this movie. They're just having such a fun time making the movie. Also, the plant itself in this movie looks amazing. It's a puppet, obviously, but the way they get it to move and the way they get it to because just for such a simple looking thing, because it's really just, it reminds me of Chopper from PVZ, just a giant chopper in this movie, but still, just for being basically what's I think a sock puppet almost looking with a big mouth, it moves really, really cool, and it looks amazing. And I have nothing but praise for the puppeteers in that regard, to making it look believable. And I think it would have looked a lot better as a puppet rather than CGI. Don't hate me on that one. And also just, again, it's such a weird movie. It's such a weird movie with so many, like, a little bizarre scenes and so many just weird moments, but they're weird in all the best ways, in all the best ways that you could possibly want in a movie, in a comedy like this. And that's really all the pros. So with that out of the way, let's get to the cons of the movie. Con number one, and this first con's a nitpick for me, is that if you are going into this movie thinking like you're gonna see a bit of nice horror goodness, this is not the movie for you, because I honestly don't think it's that big of a horror movie. Like, it has horror elements here and there. You obviously have the giant plant monster, and there actually is some death scenes. I won't say who dies in this movie, but there are some death scenes, and a few of them are actually pretty humorous. But it's not like a full-fledged on horror movie. Not unlike the original ending, which I won't spoil the original ending, but it's practically entered legend in the film world. And oh my god, I can't believe that was what they were originally going to end it on. It's just so different from the rest of the film. And I honestly am happy they didn't go for that original ending, because it just doesn't fit the rest of the tone of the movie, I don't think, because the rest of the movie has such an upbeat and vibey tone, like just such a groovy atmosphere. I know groovy is a weird word to use in this situation, but it just has such a weird, fun, and colorful environment, and the ending just kind of I feel like just kind of undermines a lot of that, and just completely goes off the rails in terms of tone. So I'm glad they didn't go for that original ending. But if you're a horror fan, you might laugh at it. I don't know if horror fans would really like to laugh at movies, but then again, I don't, it's you do you. But if you're going into this movie for just like the plant stuff and just you want it to be like an alien movie, this movie's probably not going to sway you that much. Con number two is that the characters are also one-dimensional. I know it does flip the tone of the rest of the movie, but they're not fully fledged out characters, I don't think, except for maybe Audrey and Seymour, who do go through some character development, but everyone else just kind of stays in their traditional format and whatnot. But that's really just a minor nitpick, and honestly, other than that, this movie is just great. I love it. I love every second of it. It looks great. The music is awesome. The actors are great, especially Rick Moranis. I can't get enough of Rick Moranis. I think this is honestly one of Rick Moranis' just best movies that he's ever made, if not the best. So I give this a 5 Audrey 2s out of 5 in terms of rating. It's just an absolute must-see, and I highly recommend it for any of you musical fans, or even people that just don't really like musicals, or don't really are not a fan of horror. Like, this is a good mid-ground between just being humorous, being just very musical, have a lot of a musical feel, and just having a horror feel. I absolutely recommend this movie. It's amazing. And guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and let me know in the comments what you think of Little Shop of Horrors. Even if you haven't, I don't know. If you have seen it, please let me know down in the comments. But if you haven't, it's fine, man. Just leave me a comment anyway, because I really do love reading the comments and seeing you guys' support, and just seeing you guys what you have to say. It really means a lot to me. Anyway, until next time, guys, stay cool, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, y'all.